the junior category, drivers aged 12 to 14 years of age, 98 entries from 37 different nationalities have joined us from all over the globe here in Sweden. Certainly going to be a packed-out one, but it's been whittled down to just the 36. A look more at the engine itself, 125cc, outputting 29 brake horsepower. Driver minimum weight plus kart is 140 kilos. Any gram underneath that, and it's going to be a bad weekend for you. You do have to be careful. The tyres that we are using this weekend, the Maxxis option tyre for the junior category, the orange banded tyre that has been used throughout the entire season. 6 tyres they get given over the course of this weekend, but they've got a brand new set for this final. They've not need to worry about wets because it's been an absolutely beautiful day of racing for the entirety of the field. The first day of racing for the OK Junior category for round 4 of the Champions of the Future saw time qualifying with Dries Van Langendonck setting a 50.5, putting him in the A group. But in the first race of the day, Zhang Jose, who had a brilliant start in qualifying, had good races, but it would be Iacopo Martinese taking his first win of the weekend. Borys Lyzen, who started on pole and also had a very good qualifying, had Christian Costoya to battle with. Costoya taking his first win of the weekend as well after a very dramatic opening second race of the weekend, with some drivers not even finishing it. Dries Van Langendonck later in the day would be a driver who certainly had a good result, though. He would get 2 qualifying heat wins out of 2 over the course of the day, going into the next day with maximum points to his name. Noah Baglin and Niklas Schaulfer would be the other race winners to kickstart the juniors to the first day of racing here at Kristianstad, but Dries Van Langendonck would be the driver on top with maximum points going into Friday's racing. Friday's racing for the Champions of the Future round 4 in Kristianstad in Sweden started with thrills and spills for so many drivers. Drama had started with chain guards flying off left, right and centre. Iacopo losing out on what could have been a fantastic weekend. Drama for Christian Costoya as well, as he was so frustrated with the racing, but it went on all the way to the end. Noah Baglin second in the points and pole position for Superheat 2 tomorrow after the end of the day with 217 points. Iskender Zulfikari was another driver who snuck under the radar a little bit throughout the day, only taking a race win near the end of the second day of racing. 214 points to his name. 208 points went to Dean Hugendorn, a driver who didn't even take a qualifying heat win over the course of the weekend. Starts tomorrow, P4, and on the front row for the Superheats. And Borys Lyzen, 206 points. He was joint with the likes of Iacopo Martinese, but because of time qualifying, it would be Borys Lyzen who would just eke ahead after a fantastic set of results for him. Again, only taking a race win at the end of the day on Friday. Iacopo Martinese only looking forward to his win on the first day of racing. Didn't see a top spot in Friday's day, but he does round out the top 6 after a delightful end, joint on those points with Borys Lyzen. But it was all about Dries Van Langendonck, 250 points to his name, maximum points. He ended the day on top and will be on pole for the Superheats. Junior Superheats kick-started the day on Saturday, and Dries Van Langendonck was the perfect starter. One starter not getting well was Endo Arata, unfortunately spinning at the beginning of the race. Mats van Ruin had deployed a brand new set of tyres. He managed to make them last, so did Dries Van Langendonck. For some others, though, their final attempt was over. Borys Lyzen was a driver who certainly made his moves very well known, finishing 3rd in the Superheat, but it would be Scott Marsh who would end the Superheat 1 on top. Superheat 2, and it was all about Bosco Arias and that inside line. Baglin had started well, but later would lose out on that lead to Bosco Arias, who would then drive away to the end. Then it was Christian Costoya making his way through the field, overtake by overtake, would finish in the top 3 after a disappointing end to his qualifying heats on Friday. But again, Baglin's last-ditch attempt for the race lead wouldn't go his way, and it would be Bosco Arias finishing in 1st. Here's a look then at the championship. It's changed a little bit in the junior category, but it is still Schaulfer who leads the way now by some 20 points. Van Langendonck heads up in the order. He now sits 2nd place ahead of Rocco Coronel, Christian Costoya, Filippo Sala and Kenzo Craigie, who rounds out the top 6. Only 1 point between P5 and P6. So we are green flag and racing in this final, and look at Baglin slam the door on Borys Lyzen there in the background. It is a good start from the front row. They break away well, and it's Dries Van Langendonck leading the way in towards turn number 4 and 5. The Concertina effect kicks in into the hairpin as Iacopo Martinese is out of the final. He's going to try and get it restarted. He's got the downhill momentum. There's more karts off in the background there. Dear, that's Thomas Brodeur off the track, and it's Devon Waltz for the Forza Racing team. Zulfikari, though, is going to go down the inside of Borys Lyzen, and so is Scott Marsh. Back down the inside, here comes Lyzen again, goes wheel to wheel with Baglin. Baglin off the circuit, and now the train goes through. Right now, he's dropped down to P6 as Costoya around the outside. There's Iskender Zulfikari. What's happened to Zulfikari on this one? He has tumbled down the order, and off the track there, that looks like, is that Jarrett Clark off the track? He looks like he is, and he's going to go for the move here down the inside. This is fine, because Lyzen now can latch onto the back of Costoya if he's quick. And look at this here, 3 wide in towards turn number 9. My goodness, you don't want to be involved in that battle. Archie Lovett right in the middle of that contact between Lovett and the DPK kart that went through. Now, where did they fall down in the order? That battle further up ahead is kicking off here with Borys Lyzen battling. There's Archie Lovett, and we saw him in that middle of the pack, and he's out of this race, kicking the kart in frustration. Yeah, that was the reason why Archie Lovett's gone off the track. Here's Baglin down the inside of Bosco Arias. That's for P5. Nicely done. Now Hoogendoorn's going to get a run on him here. If he can, has he got the pace? No, he hasn't. This is never a nice feeling. There's the attempt from Hoogendoorn down the inside. On this last attempt, though, Baglin's going to try and get past Borys Lyzen, and he does. Dean Hoogendoorn on the outside gets squeezed out wide. Dries Van Langendonck into the final corner. It's a maximum points weekend, and he leads the championship, heading to the United Kingdom for the final round of the championship. It is Dries Van Langendonck clear by 1.4 seconds from the rest of the field. Costoya congratulates on a near-perfect weekend. The winner's trophy, firstly to third place, Scott Marsh. The second place trophy to Christian Costoya. And the winner's trophy to new championship leader, Dries Van Langendonck.
Very good week, really consistent week as well. Speed this week has been very, very good, and yeah, the final just kept it calm, collective, and yeah, no mistakes, and just brought it home in P1.
The end of the weekend for the junior category here at Sweden has been absolutely action-packed, but in the finals, it would be Dries Van Langendonck taking the win from Christian Costoya and Scott Marsh. He now takes the lead of the championship standings as well as we head to the final round at PF International.